My whole life, I always knew I was special. Even with no remainders, I could always move a decimal. Money on my mind while the girls that made un beso. Hustlers in my blood and it's running through my vessels. Just trying to clear the threshold, just trying to make a way. In my race against time, I could see an early grave. School to prison pipeline, 12 years a slave. Suspension and detention is conditioned for a cage.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Anthony Joshua will earn $131 million for his rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. That's according to sources, and the source we're going to look directly at is Essentially Sports, an article from Essentially Sports. I'm going to pull that up. And if things are a bit jumpy, I apologize. There may be a little bit of technical difficulties, but here's the article. And it says Anthony Joshua will earn more money in Usyk rematch than Michael Jordan did in his entire NBA career. We're not really going to get into, well, I'll read the article. We'll get into that more in a second. But here's what the article says. Anthony Joshua is all set to earn a fortune for his much-anticipated rematch against the reigning unified WBO, IBF, WBA, IBO heavyweight champion Oleksandr Usyk. Various reports claimed it is more than the entire salary of the NBA legend Michael Jordan. It says, notably, AJ's promoter confirmed that the rematch will land in the summer with substantially increased pay for both fighters. The star British heavyweight Anthony Joshua is going to claim the biggest fight purse of his entire career. Per reports, AJ will earn $131 million, which is more than the entire salary of arguably the greatest NBA player of all time, Michael Jordan. As per Forbes, Jordan's salary during his NBA career totaled $90 million. However, his figure does not include the endorsements, sponsorships, and investments. Exactly. And so it says, by comparison, AJ pocketed a guaranteed purse of $31 million plus a share from the pay-per-view sales from his previous match against former undisputed cruiserweight champ Oleksandr Usyk. In the biggest upset of the year, Joshua lost his throne to the Ukrainian icon, which paved the way for the rematch. So, those are the reports. Let's just make this clear right now. Michael Jeffrey Jordan is a billionaire. Yeah. And he's made so much money off endorsements, sneakers, everything. If you're an NBA athlete, you make more money off of sneakers. And just to be clear, to give you an example, LeBron James, his rookie year, signed a $90 million contract with Nike, which was more than Jordan earned in his whole NBA career, according to that article. So it means nothing, and Jordan's a billionaire. But what's impressive is Anthony Joshua is going to make $131 million for one fight, a rematch to a L. Conspiracy, man.
Yo, man, salute to AJ, salute to Eddie, bro. I can't hate on this. I'm like, dude just took an L, got humiliated, and still made a humiliated.
Come on, man.
Yeah, watch your mouth. He didn't get humiliated.
Watch y'all mouth.
Your man's got humiliated.
We ate fish and chips in your loft that day.
Keep AJ's name out your mouth.
Anyway, right. I'm gonna say this: salute to AJ and Eddie for securing this bag. Now it makes me wonder. So this is definitely gonna be in like the Middle East, huh? Because I'm like, where are they gonna get all?
They're talking Saudi Arabia from some of the reports.
That's what I'm saying.
But nothing's official. But they talking Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, because I don't think the UK got that type of bread. It's either.
Oh yeah, one more thing. The article didn't mention anything about Usyk's purse. So
yeah, so like I was like, this got to be either somewhere in the Middle East or in China or something where they can fork up that type of bread. But the UK ain't got that type of bread, man. But nonetheless, man, I'm actually proud of AJ for always securing the bag. These are one of those situations where it's like, hey, man, let's say he loses, he still wins. Because 131, man, those are some fat pockets, man. Canelo, holla at Eddie, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who's doing your numbers, but holla at Eddie. Like, yo, Eddie, yo, send me your lawyers, bro. I need to see what's going on over there. Like, how we going to make this bread? You know what I'm saying? So this is just, that's quality numbers right there, man. Like, definitely AJ could retire after this if he want. He could already retire. This dude was already a multi-millionaire. You know what I mean? But let's say he gets embarrassed again by Usyk. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he does. I'm just saying, though. If Usyk puts the hurting on him, He's still $131 million richer.
Showdown Bill.
He took the L but got the W.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
You know what I'm
indeed.
saying? Definitely. Nah. That 131 million, that's Austin Power numbers. You know what I'm saying? That Dr. Evil numbers. $131 million. I'm not mad at that, man. That's good chicken right there, man. Shout out to AJ for securing the bag. Can't get mad at that, man. Shout out to his people. Need to
I'm
get
just saying, though. I'm sorry, Troy. Let me just get a quick one in there real quick. If you look at a silhouette of Jada Pinkett Smith going like this, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They're saying, AJ, that's good business. It's good business. And they've been doing good business over there, man. The money don't matter to AJ because he been getting paper. He's trying to do something great here. So this is not going to change AJ. Bread ain't going to change AJ. But this is good business, though. Not mad at him at all.
All right. TBE.
Man, listen, yo. It seems like every time AJ loses, he wins, man, and he gets paid. Like earlier before the rematch was talked about, people talk about step aside money. Who paying this man this type of step aside money? Like, you know, at the end of the day, AJ, you know how to milk this game, and you know how to move in it, man. And this is respect, man. My hat goes off to you. And you know, if AJ getting paid like this, Usyk gonna get paid like this, man. I can't wait for this rematch.
Whoa, we don't know.
Whoa. That is
Well,
not.
we don't know
That is
what
not
Usyk
true,
Usyk gonna get compensated well in this rematch. I know that.
By his standards.
Yeah, well, it's relative though. I'm just saying. 131, I doubt he's gonna get that.
This fight is about to be one of the biggest fights of the year, you know, because of everything going on, and I can't wait for it. Salute to both gentlemen.
Listen, since I will not lose, they try to help him cheat. But I will not lose, for even in defeat, there's a valuable lesson learned, so it evens it out for me. Jay-Z. Listen, I'm going to do something, I don't know, probably a little complex right now. I'm going to take this back to when there was arguments about Deontay Wilder being the only person that Anthony Joshua could fight that would make him $100 million. So he needed Wilder, and he needed to give Wilder 50-50. Wrong. Nobody saw Usyk coming, and nobody saw him actually getting paid $100 million more than he did for the first fight. Because look, reports are he made $31 million plus pay-per-view revenue for his first fight with Usyk, and now the reports are that he's going to make $131 million in the second fight. So all he did was lose and become $100 million more valuable for the same fight. Listen, this is what happens when you do what Anthony Joshua was doing, which was you take on all the tough assignments. You take the toughest fights and you perform. When you lose, people don't give up on you. They don't throw you in the trash can. They don't say that you're garbage. They understand the situation. They understand that you've taken risks throughout your career. They understand that you've beaten other top heavyweights. Go ahead, bro.
And when you lose, you don't make excuses. People love that.
Yep. And you lose and you don't make excuses. So just to be clear, right, Dillian White is the #1 contender, and he's about to fight Tyson Fury. Anthony Joshua already fought him, already beat him. Already beat him. Right? And now Fury's about to go and try to do the same thing. Right? But you look at some of the guys who Anthony Joshua's already beaten, they're still at the top. They're still at the top. That's what makes Anthony Joshua elite. That's why he can lose a fight. And even in his loss, again, that's why I try to tell people, it's not about losing, it's how you lose. The way he lost to Usyk, a lot of people are like, yo, if he switches this, if he switches that, if he does this, if he does that, makes it an intriguing fight. That's why he's able to get these opportunities. That's why he's able to bounce back. Let this be a lesson to the people in the boxing world who keep cherry picking. If you give us the fights we want and you win, even if you slip and fall, you can still make good money. Earl Spence and TC. Y'all got like a trilogy milked in that mug. If it plays out that way. Earl Spence and TC get in there. One of them win the first fight. The other one win the second fight. We get a third one. They get money. One of them wins 2 fights. They still get money. If Usyk wins both these fights, you think Josh was crying with numbers like that? With numbers like that? Isn't this, G talks about this all the time, right? Return on your investment. This is the time to cash in. The L, okay, but I cashed in. How long are you trying to keep that O, bro? And if you take a L, is it going to be for the money you could have made? Like, I'm not disrespecting Wilder. I think Wilder proved himself to me. But again, if he would have taken that L from AJ, it probably would have been worth more money. But he was banking on himself. He was trying to get 50-50 from a lucrative fight. So I'm not mad at him. He was saying, I believe in me. He just came up short. That's okay. It happens. I hope to see him again. But I'm just trying to paint the picture. You got to know when to cash out. And it's important to cash out at the right time. Because if you don't cash out at the right time, that's when you're going to have issues. AJ talking about him taking step aside. Well, look, he got this fight. Another thing I thought about when I heard $131 million for AJ was poor Dillian. Poor Dillian. All I hear is excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse for Dillian. But it seems like people seem to find ways to give AJ that money. I bet you if it was a fight between AJ and Tyson Fury, somehow Matchroom Boxing would have won that bid. Just saying. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you Matchroom would have found some way. They would have brought it. They would have did something to get that bread. You feel me? And it's just funny. Like I said, man, people with their excuses or whatever. But at the end of the day, when all is said and done, if you give people the fights they want to see, you will be compensated. So salute to AJ, because even when he loses, he wins. Even when he loses, he wins. He never would have made this money if he would have beaten Usyk the first fight. If he would have beaten Usyk the first fight, he never would have got credit because everyone was already saying Usyk was food, Usyk was nothing, Usyk was this. But now, if he beats Usyk, he's going to get the credit he deserves for being a hell of a fighter, and he's going to get the compensation. And, oh, yeah, it's on to the next one. So, salute to AJ. Win, and you back in.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We the Boxing Bro.